Hey, what's up, family? Hey, today I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to title this one, Much Respect to All the Great Fathers Out There. And the reason I wanted to do this video, I just want to show much love and respect to all you fathers that's always on your job, doing such a great job with your families, especially with your kids, rather your daughters or your sons. Because we're well aware out here how society loves to put the magnifying glass on bad dads or uninvolved dads or absentee dads. But we're not talking about that. Because we want to put the emphasis on all you great dads out there. I love what you do. I love when I'm out and about with my family or by myself. When I'm out and about, I love when I see very involved dads when they with their kids, and I see them doing everything to help build them to be greater young ladies and to be young men like a reflection of their great father. Rather, I'm on the internet and I see all kind of wonderful videos of fathers doing great jobs with their kids. Matter of fact, speaking of the internet, I'm going to touch on a couple of familiar videos that a lot of you are familiar with. Talking of great dads. For example, I know one that you like, man. How about, y'all know that video y'all seen out there of the father with the little girl with the hula hoop, right? Like, she ain't even, the little girl look like she like, maybe what, 2 years old? Yeah. She ain't even really doing that with the hoop. But the father, he got the hula hoop and he steady doing all this. And he really making her mentally think that she's doing it when she ain't even doing nothing. I think that's incredible to that father. So much respect to that father. I'll give you another one. How about y'all seen that video of the father where he got his daughter in the laundry basket, and then he got her right in front of the TV, and he really making her think she going up and down the roller coaster and slide, and she's having a ball. See, this takes creativity for fathers to do stuff like that, because you know why? At that moment, in every moment, I'm sure that father is like, I'm making my daughter feel special. Everything is about her at that moment to help build her to how great the time he put in with her. You know what I'm saying? There's so many videos like that where you see fathers doing great work. You know, I'm going to give you one of my personal favorites. How about the video of the father and the son? Now, this is my favorite. The father and the son, they outside in front of the house. And the father's giving the son boxing lessons. And as the father giving him boxing lessons, you know, he tells the son, he said, all right, son. Now, I'm paraphrasing here. I might got it off a little bit, but I ain't off by much. The father tells the son, he said, all right, son, give a right jab. And the son throws a left. And he said, all right, come on, now, that ain't it, son. Come on now. Come on, all right, right, left. And he said, now throw a right jab, son. And the son threw the left again. And he said, no, son, that ain't it. And right there, the son had paused, dead in his tracks. And he started breaking down crying. Literally, broke down crying. And now let me tell you how great this father is. And the father says, son, what's wrong, son? Why are you crying? And the son, with all them tears in his eyes, you can see he was emotionally a wreck. He said, I can't do it, Dad. I'm sorry. I can't. I just keep messing up. I'm sorry. And look at this great dad. The dad said to the son, he said, now, son. He said, no, there's no reason to cry. And the father reminded the son that he never talked to him in a disparaging way. Now, y'all know I love throwing a word out there for y'all. Word of the day, disparaging. Disparaging means to ridicule, criticize, or to make a person feel worthless. And at that moment, that's what the father said to him. Just the opposite. He said, son, he said, we're practicing. It's all right if you mess up. He said, but did I yell at you? Did I put you down? Did I say anything bad to you? And with that being said, his son realized, and he said, no, you didn't. He said, okay then, we all make mistakes in the world, son. But you don't quit, you don't give up. Well, come on, son, you could do it. I've seen you do it plenty of times before. Come on, let's try this again. And with those confident, loving words, his son got in his head, my father there for me, loved me and support me, building me. His son got it all right and was doing wonderful. Now you see what happened right there? I love that video. But you see how great that father was? Because he wasn't just building him physically with the boxing. He was even building him emotionally, spiritually, all of that in one. Because he realized I had to be loving, caring, and patient with my son at this moment. He had a soft spot in him right there. I had to help build him. You see what I'm saying? I bet you that father and son got a great relationship to this day. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many things we could touch on with this. Even my personal views with my daughters growing up. It's so many times when I would come home from work and I'm exhausted, but I had to help them with their homework, help them with their athletic abilities, the things they were doing, help them with mistakes that they was making. And I had to be gentle sometimes. You know what I'm saying? My wife
and
used
don't
to get...
forget, babe.
What's that?
The dance with the
I
father
love
and
that,
daughter.
man. I love that. How many times...
I can never forget that. They won't forget it.
And I got to give you credit for that. How many of you fathers out there, I got a... Once again, much respect to you fathers out there. There's a lot of you fathers out there who have went to the father-daughter dance. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time my wife signed me up for that when my daughter was in elementary school. I wasn't into that. I was like, But when I came home, she told me I signed up. I was like, I'm tired. I don't really feel like it. Typical things some fathers do. But I seen the look on my daughter's faces and how excited they were.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got a burst of energy. I was like, look at my daughter. They all, man, let me put on my nice outfit and go out here and dance with my daughter. And we going to act a fool, but it's going to make her happy.
See, I never had that privilege.
See?
Me as a daughter with having a father.
See, now I don't want to go too much on the negative side here, but speaking of that's why you got fathers out there like your father, unfortunately, man, how you talk about how growing up, how your father was one of those typical fathers who he just work, but don't put no time into the family. You know, as you said, typical Spanish men, they love their car and their job. They put all that time in that, but don't put no time into the family.
Most Spanish men, not all Spanish men.
Not all, but most. And I'm familiar with what you're talking about, because those are the type of guys, they leave in such a huge void in their children's lives, especially if they got little boys. Mm-hmm. And like, you know how many times I've known young boys, multiple stories of young boys being raised by their grandmother, their auntie, or just their mother, doing the best that they could. And their mother may teach them these simple things, such as how to take a piss. And they tell them, well, you sit down and take a piss to a little boy. This was the mother teaching a little boy. But it ain't that she's trying to turn him into a girl. I know exactly that story. What the mother is doing is trying to teach him how to prevent himself from making such a mess. I remember when I was a little boy, making a mess, pissing all on the floor. Matter of fact, there's a commercial out right now. I think it's like a Clorox commercial or something like that. Yeah. Where they show the little boy pissing in the tub, and his mother calls him, Johnny, and he turns, yeah, Mom. And when he's all over the floor. Yeah. We're familiar with that commercial. Mm-hmm. I was like that too. A lot of boys are. So when mothers teach their son to sit down and urinate, it ain't to belittle him or to turn him into a girl. What it is, she's just trying to teach him how to not be so messy. However, she's doing the best that she could. However, that little boy needs a man in his life to teach him that men urinate standing up. You know what I'm saying? These are little building blocks that good fathers know. You got to be in that kid's life. You got to help build him physically, mentally, morally. Good fathers, they teach their sons such simple things, such as, son, when you're wrong about something, you apologize for it. Mm-hmm. Because these are building blocks of what real men do. You don't be afraid to apologize. Matter of fact, it should make you proud to apologize. You don't let every little thing bother you. You don't cower, for every little thing. Stand up for stuff that you believe in. This is what real men do. And real men know, that little boy know what a real man is when he had that in his life. Every time he look upon his father's face, he know this is what a real man is like. My father. So, like I said, I just want to give big respects to a lot of you good fathers out there. And another thing, y'all got to be in your kid's life. For some of you that's so busy, take a little time out your schedule. Put a little bit more time into that young man at your house. Your daughter too, but I'm saying young man because I know what bothers me, another thing that bothers me with a lot of these young men out here, these young boys, is they let in society with all these silly shows on TV. It's always some gay stuff on TV. It's always a gay joker on the episode. They try to turn a lot of these kids into gay young boys when that's so offensive. A lot of the music, they got all these rappers dressing all transgender and all this. Hey, I have no problem with anybody that has those views on life, but it will definitely make a difference if that father was more in that house, spending time with them kids. You know? So I ain't gonna keep this too long. The whole premise of the whole video was really is to say big ups to all you great fathers. I love what you're doing with your kids, and that's why I take a personal time out. When I see videos on the internet and I see fathers doing great jobs with kids, I don't know if I know you or not, but I always gotta say, hey, big ups, big respects to you fathers, because you need more recognition where you don't get it. Matter of fact, I gotta say this one. I'm gonna give you one of the greatest fathers of this time right now. You don't hear much stuff from him unless it's something negative. You hear him throw that out there. Look at Serena father. Serena Williams, the tennis player.
Yeah.
Yo, there's no way in the world you're going to tell me her father will have to be of the elite of great men. We're talking about a man who knew nothing about tennis, nothing at all. But he took the time to go get them books. He took the time to go to them tennis courts and pick up all them free tennis balls. And he learned that game by himself. And he promised his daughters he's going to make them great. Now, if y'all haven't picked up their book, you can go on Netflix. There's a good story they got of their bio. Great story. Even how the father had to deal with oncoming traffic, wanting to see them as they was little kids. And he always respectfully approached the people at the gates and was like, could you please give me and my daughter some personal time? I don't mind your wife, but please let them get their time together. Yo, this man put so much time into his daughters. And sure enough, look at Venus and Serena to this day. They like the modern day Queen Zingers. These women are just amazing. And it's all behind their great father. But the news love to put in the fact, he's with some young girl, got a divorce. Man, stop letting them fool y'all with all this nonsense. People love negativity. I don't build on negativity. I like building on positivity. And that man, Serena Williams' father, that's a great man. The work he put in with his daughters, that's incredible. It's basically he did something that was almost impossible, taking these girls from Compton, a gang-infested area, and turning them around to the mega stars, household names they are today. All because of that man. See, that's great work. That's a great father. So once again, to all you great fathers out there, great job. Subscribe, share, like, and comment. So in closing, what I would say, as I always give you an in closing, I would say, hey, fathers, we understand the bills got to be paid. We understand, you got things you got to do as well. But just take a little bit of less time for those type of fathers. Just do 1 hour less of work. A little bit of less time always putting it on your job. And just put a little bit more time into your son, your daughter, your son. I'm going to say son, but it go both ways. Put a little bit more time into your family. How about that? Matter of fact, I got another video y'all can go to. It's called Fathers to Daughters. Because, I got daughters. That video was based on how fathers put their time in. Go to that video too. Or go to my channel, Spinks 4, one word, Spinks 4, Integrity, and press up that one. You'll love that one too. It's called Fathers to Daughters. So that's what I was saying in closing. Dads, put a little bit more time into your family. Like I said, we know you got to pay the bills, this and that. You got to work them long hours on the road and all this type of stuff. But think about it. Isn't your children worth it? Take a little bit less time at work. Put a little bit more time with the family. And on that note, I'm going to let y'all go. Peace.